Cuts it back across the field for a big play. He's at the 25, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown St. Joe's.
Kyle was a very special person.
Kyle was by far away the best person I ever knew.
Guy that I always looked up to, tried to, be like him.
He was a team player in everything.
Ambrogi, the pitch to the near side, into the open field.
To a lot of people, he stood out for being, a great football player and, a really smart kid who worked hard in the classroom. But on top of that, he was just an unbelievable person. Pretty much everybody he came in contact with, he left a lasting impression because he was just, a great guy. He had a big heart and really looked after everybody.
He was just a funny guy. I was always, when I went and visited him down at Penn, he could just walk into a room full of a million people, something stupid, and everyone would laugh.
It was just about 6 years ago, in late spring of 2005, Kyle, the young man with an infectious smile who appeared to have it all, was increasingly uncomfortable in his own skin. He was diagnosed with depression that summer.
He seemed like a shell of the man he was. He was always so happy and so carefree, and it wasn't the same person all of a sudden.
I was completely taken off guard, the kid that you look up to and everyone, sees in the paper every week.
I never thought that would be an issue because Kyle was a very positive person, a very upbeat person. His glass wasn't half full, it was always full.
He kind of felt like he was inconveniencing people, so he kind of pushed people away, which was, it was tough for me because I didn't know what to do.
Between, Donna and Greg and Kyle's roommates at Penn, Kyle had an unbelievable support group who were helping him.
With that support group in place, Cal returned for his senior year at Penn and final season on the football field. He played his last football game at Penn's Franklin Field, and it was a banner day. He scored 2 touchdowns, and his younger brother Greg scored one of his own, propelling the Quakers to victory over Bucknell. The Ambrogi brothers were going to be the cover boys for the next game's media guide.
It was pretty awesome. We were on the roof afterwards, tailgating. All our family was there. So we were excited. Everyone was talking about us, congratulating us. And I was excited about it. And, it kind of just felt like things were getting a lot better, and so I was really happy.
That weekend was the happiest Cal's family and friends had seen him in months. It was also the last time many of them saw him. That Monday, Kyle Ambrogi took his own life in his mother's Havertown home. From the ultimate tragedy, his mother, brother, and best friend have made it their mission to help other young adults and teenagers who suffer from depression. In late March, they hosted the 3rd annual Kyle Ambrogi Memorial Beef and Beer to benefit the Kyle Ambrogi Foundation.
Thank you.
After Kyle died, we wanted to do something to really promote his legacy, and just he touched so many people when he was alive. We didn't want that to end, so we started this foundation to raise money to support different awareness education programs that we thought could really benefit teenagers and young adults who might be struggling with the same things Kyle was going through with depression.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly 1 in 5 Americans suffer from mental conditions such as anxiety and depression with various levels of severity. Approximately 90% of people with suicidal tendencies are depressed, and suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death between the ages of 10 and 24. Dr. Anthony Rothstein is a professor of psychiatry at the University of Penn. Rothstein says a 2-step treatment program of medication and therapy can stop those who may have suicidal feelings from acting on them.
We like to say that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You're choosing to end your life when really what we need to do is help you get through a very difficult time, and that better times are ahead if you can make it through this difficult time.
Donna Ambrogi is on the community board of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and both she and Greg have spoken at area schools to raise awareness about this deadly disease.
Most people, when if they start feeling depressed, they don't even know what they're feeling. But we talk about that your emotional health is as important as your physical health and your academic ability, that we have coaches for everything but our emotional health.
I think we're at a transition time now where we can now talk about depression to kids in high school and let them know what it's about. And it used to be one of these things, you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to give people ideas. Having individuals come into the schools and talk about their own experiences with depression helps demystify and destigmatize.
The Ambrogi Foundation hopes to touch as many people as Kyle did, and those who knew him best want to let others coping with depression know that they don't have to fight the disease alone.
His friends, his teammates, our family friends, our prep family, our Penn family have all been extremely supportive through everything. And I think it speaks to how Kyle affected everybody. He touched everybody. And I don't think we realize how many people we touch in our lives.
It's all right to speak up and kind of raise your hand and say, I'm having trouble. Things aren't going well. I think Kyle struggled because he felt like he had to, had to live up to this, this idea that he was a big, strong football player, and nothing could be wrong with him. I think that was tough. But if there's one thing we want to get out there, that it's okay. There's a lot of great resources out there, and there's a lot of great people who want to listen and help. And if we can spread the message that it's okay to say, I think something's wrong.